Hello, Steve White, Steve Arts 89. Well, this is kind of funny. Actually, it's kind of sad. The usual suspects, the fandom menace, the chuds, the pop culture war enthusiasts, the right wingers, the grifters, they're all claiming that Gina Carano won her lawsuit against Disney. And she didn't. Like, literally, she didn't. It was a joint motion to dismiss. It was both parties settling, which means no one won. Literally, it didn't go to court. There was no finding. She didn't win. So that's like just a lie when they say she won right there. It was with prejudice, so she can't talk about this in future. She can't go around the circuits and the right wing media and get interviews and make money out of this like she's been doing. It's done. Now, why was this done? Now, she had no case, but because she had a judge who was willing to at least put forward for discovery, she was going to expose all of Disney's hiring practices, and they didn't want to open that can of worms because this is a big mess in there. So they were willing to pay her off to get rid of her, basically, is what happened. So she said she was going to stand for honesty and, right, and she was going to, show what happened to Disney and reveal all their secrets and all their dirty laundry, and she didn't do any of it. She just settled out of court for money. Now, she had Elon Musk paying the bills, so there's no, I had to settle out of court because I couldn't take on a big company. No, she had all the money in the world to take this on. She could have taken it all the way to the end if she had a case, but she didn't. Because, she wasn't fired, and she wasn't discriminated against either. Basically, she was hired to play a role. She played that role, but while she was playing that role, she didn't do a good job of representing Disney because she said a bunch of things people believe are anti-Semitic. I believe they were anti-Semitic. And she pushed a bunch of conspiracy theories during a very dangerous time, which may have endangered people's lives and may have even killed people, depending on how big influence she actually had. And that made Disney not want to hire her again because she was toxic, because people like me didn't want to see her in a production. People like me didn't want to hear from her. We are disgusted by her. So much like how Rachel Zegler offended all the right-wingers and turned them off Snow White, Gina Carano was turning all the lefties like me off Star Wars. So her Rangers show, like, none of that was going to go anywhere. So yeah, they just didn't hire her, and that was their choice. They have every right not to hire her. You can't. There was no case there. The only case that she had was, or she claimed to have, was, they didn't do anything wrong. They enforced the clauses in the contract and didn't hire me back or anything. But they didn't do that with other people. So because they didn't use that same clause with other people, then that's somehow discriminating against me. No, it's not. They don't have to do anything with any other. They can keep someone on the payroll and keep hiring them even if they do things they don't like, if they choose to. That's their choice. If they weigh it up and they think it's worth it, then that's up to them. But they weighed it up with her and they said, no, let's just get rid of her. She's too much trouble and she's just going to cause us trouble, and they had every right to just not work with her again. So she had no case, she knew it, but she had Disney sort of over a barrel because, if she did go forward and, Discovery went through, it could have just opened up so many cases of tins of worms or whatever. So, yeah, it's just pretty sad. These people are all just lying. They know she didn't win. Now, maybe they think because she got a payout that was winning, because they just think about money and they don't care about honesty or integrity or anything like that. So the fact that she didn't fight for them, she didn't fight for truth and everything like she said, and freedom of speech, and she just took a payout, when she could have done all that in theory. Even if she lost, she still could have fought for it. She didn't fight for it. She backed down. She gave up. She sold out. She took a payout. So how they're all, they're just lying. They have to feed their base, have to tell their base what they want to hear, and that's what they do. And yeah, it makes them a lot of money. But you know what? People like me who have smaller YouTube channels, who don't lie, who don't have to feed a base, who don't have to write scripts, to repeat the same things every day that people want to hear, and fabricate stories just because, they have to feed a base. We get to just have peace of mind and integrity and a bit of class, because, I'm just doing this for fun, as a hobby, because I just like to express myself. and share my thoughts with people. And they can't do that because they have to keep pushing their agenda, and even if it means outright lying to their base, who are either just want to be lied to or they're just really stupid, uneducated, mentally ill. That's basically what you have to be to believe a video like that. And you see everyone is making their videos, oh, Gina won. No, she didn't. Literally, she didn't win. Literally. And there's no way to even feel like she won because she got a payout, because she took it in lieu of actually fighting for what she was claiming she was fighting for. So she's got no integrity, and she may have some money, but she better invest it real well, because Hollywood's not going to hire her again. And the really funny part is they're all saying, oh, she's going to work with Disney again, they're going to have her back on Star Wars. They just paid to get rid of her. That's not happening. They may have said nice things in the press, but that's what they have to do.